My presentation is about the book Where the Wind Leads, which talks about the vulnerable population of refugees. This is specifically about a refugee family that has to leave their home country of Vietnam. This book is about the Vinh Chung family, and the history of this family is they owned a rice mill that today would be worth millions of dollars. And back in 1970s was when the Vietnam War was going on, and North Vietnam was communist, and this family lived in South Vietnam. And when North Vietnam won, the whole country became communist, and they lost their home, their business, and their land. And their parents decided that they needed to move in order to give their family a fair opportunity and a good life. On their travels, they ended up being stranded at sea and had many tribulations along the way. This story talks about 10 decades of this family's history, and it's in 2 different continents, and it shows the desperation and anxiousness of vulnerable refugee populations. They started in Vietnam, they went to Malaysia, and they ended up in Arkansas. This is the author, Vinh Chung. He was the son in the book, and he was 8 months when his country turned communist and 3 years old when they left Vietnam. He now is a successful doctor. He's a dermatologist. He owns his own practice. He has a wife that's also very successful and 4 children. This is Vinh Chung back when he was escaping Vietnam. The statistics at that time show that 1 out of 2 people died at sea. So 50% of Vietnamese people died trying to find safety. They had no fuel, water, or food, and many women talked about drowning their children so they wouldn't have to suffer any longer. Luckily, World Vision Operation Sea Sweep saved them. The captain at the time saw the desperation in their faces and let these refugees on board, even though it's a policy that they're not supposed to. My favorite quotes from these books are from this book is these 2, and I'll read the second, which says, "Whatever you do on behalf of the world's forgotten, it can make a difference for generations." And I think he's specifically referring to that captain, how he saved their life. This is now the Vinh Chung family. Statistically, they shouldn't be alive, but they are. And what's cool in this book is they contribute their safety and their success to Jesus Christ. His family was Buddhist, and they, through this journey, have converted to Jesus Christ and Christianity. He talks about how any decision we make can change someone's life, and how we can't live in comfort, how we have to have discomfort in order to help others. And now they have many projects that they fund that help these vulnerable populations around the world. These are some actions we can take from learning about this book. We can help refugee organizations, donate clothes and money to them, and also look for service opportunities. These are local organizations and international organizations that you can find ways to help. And this is my final review. I give it 5 stars.